Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Maya with Simply Bloom. So we've had a couple of frosts already this year, just light frost kind of scattered throughout, light spotting. I've lost a couple of things, cucumbers, bush beans. That's mainly just it. Like my dahlias are still going strong. I have a bunch of coleus still going strong. Normally coleus is like the first thing to get hit. But we have a harder frost coming tonight. So I am going to try to harvest a bunch of things. I want to take some coleus cuttings. My mom always has coleus in her house during the winter time and I love it. So we're gonna cut some coleus. I might get some geranium cuttings. I have a couple Gerbera daisies that I want to dig up. I don't know how hardy they are, but they are beautiful. And I heard that they make really good houseplants during the winter. So we're gonna try it, why not? I'm gonna harvest all my tomatoes, maybe make like a good $1 million spaghetti casserole tonight for dinner. And I have some dahlias that I want to gather up as well for a little bouquet. So that's the plan. My son is napping. We're just gonna hop into it and get started. I have a disinfectant wipe so I can disinfect my snips, and then a jar of water that we will put the cuttings into as well. All right, here's the coleus. The lighting is making it really hard to see. Let me see if this angle is a little bit better. I love this coleus. I don't know what the variety is. When I bought it, it just said annual coleus, but I love the ruffly edges, the bright green margin around the leaves, and then like burgundy, almost pink in the very center. So I want to take some cuttings of that. I love this salvia too. Would it be crazy if I try to winter this over inside, like a couple cuttings, just for fun? Don't forget, I live in Zone 3, Northern Minnesota. We have like 6 months of winter here, so I need something to keep me busy during the next 6 months. So we're gonna try it. We're gonna take some cuttings. All right. I'm just going to root them in water. First, I have a little jar of water, and then once I see roots, I will plop them into some potting soil in a container. So I'm just gonna go in, snip a couple little areas of coleus. I'm not making sure I'm not getting any with blooms. If there are blooms, I would just snap them off because you want the energy to go into the roots, not the blooms. This coleus has really nice long stems. I never even thought about it, but how pretty would this be in a flower arrangement? Look at that. That's gorgeous. Dang, okay. And then just for fun, I am going to try to do the same with the salvia. So I'm going to snip an area off, remove the leaves, and also remove the blooms, as pretty as they are, because I want that energy to go into the roots, like this. I heard that salvia is very easy to propagate. We will see. Look how pretty that is. I love that. All right, so this is some bullseye salmon geraniums, which I absolutely love. How pretty would this be to have indoors during the winter time? So I'm just going to do this. Take that cutting, and then you see me stripping leaves off. Wherever you strip the leaves off, there's a node. I don't know if it's focusing or not, but that's where the roots will form. One more. I like to do things in threes. All right. There we go. Okay, I have some ridiculous coleus here from Proven Winners. I honestly like the other coleus a little bit better, but while I have it, I might as well take a few of this as well. I might have liked this better if it was in full sun, so it could have reached its full potential. This was in shade most of the day, which coleus can handle shade, but it just didn't. I was expecting it to get triple this size, and it did not. But we'll try it again. We'll take a few cuttings. It is gorgeous. I mean, it'd be really pretty for like Christmas foliage. Really pretty. All right, this jar is about full, kind of cramming things in there, which is fine. This is all the cuttings I was gonna take. Pretty. Once I get it inside, I'll separate them out so they're not quite so squished. Okay, here are the Gerber daisies that I want to dig up. I especially love the two on the end. Absolutely. Oh yeah, get out of here. Yeah. Hate grasshoppers. I especially love the two on the end. This bloom here is a little bit more aged, but this one, oh, gorgeous. And then this one, I'm not as big of a fan. I'll still probably dig it up anyways, but I absolutely loved this combination of the Gerber daisies with this blue lobelia. And this lobelia, oh my gosh, gorgeous. It bloomed all season long, which most annuals should. Oh, pretty. Look at that. So pretty. Okay, so I'm just going to dig that up. I have a couple terracotta pots there that I'm going to plop them in. I have a little bit of potting soil that I will add as well if need be, which I'm sure I will. We're just going to dig them up and then put them in the pots. And they will go in a sunny window during the winter time. I will bring them in tonight, but then in the morning, once it warms up, I'll throw them back outside, just because you cannot beat outside natural sunlight. Okay guys, it is the next morning and we got a hard frost. Dahlias are done. The coleus that we picked are done. It was pretty chaotic. It was pretty chaotic yesterday. So I showed you like one picking of the tomatoes and then I just completely stopped filming. Let me show you. Coleus is no longer beautiful. And well, the blooms are still beautiful on the, what is this called? I think I just called it status. It's not status. Salvia. Blooms are still beautiful, but you can tell the leaves got hit. My dahlias, you can see them. They're black in there. decent layer of frost on the asters. Let's go take a look here. This is embarrassing down here, but my zucchinis hit. Can see there's still, it's interesting, like the low growing stuff still has a layer of frost. You can see that. That is a dahlia. It was just starting to bloom. And all the higher ones are already just black. Blooms are still kind of pretty though. But I touched the petals on the blooms and you can just tell, like, actually this one's still pretty firm. I wonder if that one will pull out of it a little bit. But dahlias are done. Season is over. Yeah, she's pretty soft. I tried to get out here earlier to take some pretty frost pictures because I love dahlia frost pictures. And they just weren't turning out, so I'm not sure. It was super dark too. I love this one, lights out. But that is it. I am happy to report though that my Gerber daisies are inside. I moved all my eucalyptus, mandevilla inside. My coleus and salvia and geranium cuttings are warm and cozy inside. So I saved some things, which is good. But that is it. Ooh, I wonder, hold on. Are my other cut flowers gonna be okay? Like my status? Zinnias are not okay, which is a really bummer. I was really hoping I could get some seed pods out of this zinnia here particularly. Like, look at that petal growth. I got one head, one seed head. I didn't cut these all season because I wanted seed pods. I wonder if there are seeds in there. I'll have to take a look. But look, status is gorgeous still. I'll probably come out here and cut that today for a wreath. Yeah, status is still going strong. Awesome. Okay, guys, that is it. Now time for the fall cleanup. And my fall cleanup the last 2 years has not been real strong. So I want to get better at it this year because spring is so crazy. So I know I mentioned I want to probably mow all the flowers down in my cut flower garden, leaving everything else out in the garden. So don't come at me. Birds still have a place to stay. But I just want to mow down the flower field, till it up, stretch a tarp over it if possible, and just prep it for spring. Because typically I don't do that, and I don't get things planted until like June, which is way too late. So that's the plan. But that is it for the day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.